You. You need a better idea of God. While God does indeed manage life through laws and principles, God has chosen to use us human beings, designed in the image and likeness of God. Without us, God will not. And without God, we cannot. So, Gideon is informed and moved mystically and luminously to recognize that he must put his life into the hands of God and do the work lifting, healing, saving Israel in his own life. He complains, I'm the least of my family. He complains, we're small in numbers. He might have complained, we're not equipped to do this work. God's response is, but I will be with you. And that has to be enough, sisters and brothers.
Yes, sir.
Not that we have all the answers, we have all the skills. Not that we can engender all the power to do the work we have to do. But hearing eternity speaking, but I will be with you.
Mighty, mighty.
Now, we have lots of illustration of this. I want to suggest to you as a pastor who moved south in 1958 because I had been fortunate enough to study Jesus as a boy, and read the scriptures as I continue to do, and to discover that Jesus of Nazareth, with all the names we give Jesus, we put too much dogma around his name. And we've ignored so many of Jesus' fundamental teachings. For example, in the Sermon on the Mount, chapters 5 to 7 of Matthew, Jesus says that every single human being, this is called the Sermon on the Mount or the Sermon of the Plains in chapter 6 of Luke, Jesus is speaking to multitudes of people, men, women, and children. Thousands, according to the story in those two books. He's speaking to thousands of people. This is where Jesus says, you are the salt of the earth. This is where Jesus said to this multitude, you are the light of the world. Imagine that. Many times our dogmas about sin have gotten in the way of the teachings of Jesus. You are salt, you are light. But I maintain that what Jesus is really trying to say here is this. You are in the image of eternity. God structured God's design in your life. Your life is a self-contained agent of the creative energy of the universe. The life force of creation. You are a singular entity that represents the full creative power of God in the midst of our world. Use that gift of life in such a fashion that your life will be transformed year after year after year after year in such a fashion that you know you are a child of God, a child of creation. Jesus is saying, you must tap that power.
Yes, sir.
If you tap that power, you'll be surprised what life affords for you. In many ways, I grew up in a fashion in which people thought I was out of my mind. Because by 1951, 52, having studied carefully Jesus, and then discovered a man by the name of Gandhi of India in South Africa, I knew that we black people of the United States, if we would adopt nonviolent struggle, use the strike, use the boycott, use the sit-in, use the pray-in, use the weigh-in, use the economic boycott, the bus boycott. I knew that if we dared to use these weapons surrounded by the energy of love and truth, we would change America. We would change this country. The finest event of Christianity in the last 2,000 years is the movement that came out of Central Church, Ebenezer, Warren, Centenary, and Scott, all around our country. It was a movement centered in the churches. You know that. It ought not to be called the Civil Rights Movement. It ought to be called the movement of Christianity to change America from its disgrace to grace.
Yes, sir.
Despising people, having compassion for all people.
Yes.
No movement was more important in the 20th century for the United States. All around the southeastern part of the country, and also in the west and in the northwest, and the central west and east coast, there were congregations. Not all congregations, not all pastors, but there were people who heard the Lord saying, I commission you. You can do this.
Praise God.
What I suggest here is the Lord commits us of the black churches in the 21st century to raise up among ourselves a new movement of soul power, a new movement of love power, a new movement of truth power, a new movement that says we're going to continue to march systematically until every vestige of racism and sexism and violence and plantation capitalism are moved from the hearts and minds of our nation and from the structures of our nation. Our nation before God can be lifted, can be healed, can be saved. But I will be with you. God is not with us, sisters and brothers, for our own selfish purposes. God is not with us primarily for us to heal our families, as important and significant as that is. God is not with us primarily that we might prosper, though that's important. God is with us because God commissions us. And I will be with you. Life is struggle. Without struggle, there's no spiritual gain. Without struggle, as Frederick Douglass said, there is no progress. Life is struggle. And when you and I enter gladly into that struggle with the living God, we can hear across the century the voice that sounds and resounds within us. But I will be with you. And that is enough to turn earth into heaven. To turn Atlanta into the New Jerusalem.